All right, guys, it's your boy Joe back at it again, CodingPhase.com. Let me know if you guys could hear me. What's really good, okay? Matrix Invaders in here. He says, that's a good looking portfolio splash. Hey, man, thank you. Okay, cool. So, guys, listen, today we are live, and I wanted to come in here and talk to you guys about the importance of a portfolio. For some reason, right, a lot of people don't pay attention to their portfolio and don't understand how having a really good portfolio and having all of the things that you're going to need as far as tracking and just the structure of a portfolio can really help you go in and actually get more interviews and basically get you a job. Okay, even for clients, it could definitely help you guys out. So I'm gonna go in right now and I'm gonna show you guys a little something, man. So basically, on codingphase.com, we have everything for you as far as the courses, right? But now I'm gonna take it upon myself to go in and make sure that you guys have a really good portfolio. So let me show you guys this real quick. Okay, here we go. So this right here is clickup.com. Now, clickup.com, what I like about it is that it has a very nice landing page. Okay. Now, a landing page is what we call this type of website, right? It's a website that basically a page that tells you everything about the product, tells you everything that you need to know to be able to go in and convert into actually buying the service. Now, this is something that's being used by every top company that's out here, right? It doesn't matter what company it is, they have a nice landing page, okay? That basically breaks down everything that this service or product or company does. So then when the person goes through the website, they could go in and say, okay, I know exactly what this company does and I need their services. This is the same thing that you need to do for your portfolio. A lot of you guys just have a website and that's it. You're not telling a story. You're not actually breaking down exactly, why somebody's on your website, right? Like why they're on your portfolio. Like you gotta make sure that it has something that really catches their attention so they know, okay, this person's a professional, but then also too, it has to flow good. So we're actually going in and basically on CodingPhase, we're gonna have portfolio templates. Okay, a lot of people have came to me for years asking me, Joe, what I should have for my portfolio, right? What should I do in my portfolio? And guess what? I'm doing it for you. Okay. So for anybody that's a diamond member on codingphase.com, you get access to these portfolio templates 100% for free. So I want to go in and show you guys this one. This is the first one. Give me 1 second. All right. And this is what I call a minimal portfolio, but that really goes in and does the job. Okay. So let me zoom out a little bit. There you go. Okay, so basically right here you have your name, right? You have a picture of yourself. It's a nice landing page, right? In here it says based in New York but available worldwide. Okay, you could have your social media tags over here, so when people go in and search any information about you, they could search by your handle. All right, from there you have your core skills. Why do you want to have your core skills? It's very simple. When I go in and I look for, let's say, a candidate, right? I'm looking for somebody to come in and I want to hire as an email developer, as a front end developer, whatever it is. I want to know that this person has the skills that I'm looking for. So this is the best way to just go in and show that to the person right away. Okay, so as you can see here, core skills, right? In here, it mentions the things that you have knowledge of: email development, web administration, marketing automation, right? So in here, we have the logos: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, MailChimp. I think this is, if I'm not mistaken, this is SendGrid, this is HubSpot, this is Salesforce, WordPress, Google Analytics, and this is also, if I'm not mistaken, is Mailgun. Okay, now of course you could add whatever icons you want. This is very flexible. All you have to do is go in and just literally change it through the HTML. So I'm making it very simple. You don't have to know like React or anything like that. This is a static website. Your portfolio should be static. I see a lot of people that go in and they add a whole bunch of things to their portfolio, or a backend, or freaking a React application, a bunch of things. And in reality, you're just wasting time. Okay. To be honest with you, like, you're just wasting time. Okay. Because you want to go in and build this portfolio website as quickly as possible, right? So you could start applying to jobs. Now, of course, like I said, this template is 100% for free for anybody that comes to CodingPhase.com. You get access to this. You could download the zip file, and all you have to do is just go in and edit it. That's it, and deploy it to whatever hosting you want. It's a static website. From there, you have your about section, and here you have a picture of yourself coding or some hobby that you might have, right? From there, you have your selected projects, and this is the format that you should have your projects on, which is a 2x3. The 16:9 ratio, like, don't do that. Okay, it doesn't look good on websites, and it doesn't look good on mobile. Okay, it's much better for you to have it at 2x3. It basically fills up the screen, and also too, at the same time, you have more real estate to actually showcase your projects. Okay, from there, automatically opens up in a new tab. So right now I don't have any projects, but one thing that you're gonna notice is when somebody's about to leave your portfolio, a modal pops up. Now, in this portfolio project, I gave you examples of how to actually go in and do a video for, like, let's say your modal. So let's check this out, right?
Hi, I'm Mariana, and I just applied for the CSA position in Dublin. I'll tell you in 1 minute how I'm going to make your life easier, so please watch until the end. I applied with a referral from someone that works with the team. Por si aún no has visto mi aplicación, pensé que te podría ser de ayuda. I think everything in life is sales, and that's how I created my first pancakes business at 14, which allowed me to self-finance international education, entrepreneurial pursuits, and led to opportunities at companies such as Accenture, BCG Digital Ventures, and most recently LinkedIn. The BLP program, which I was part of, was sunsetted, but I loved every second of it. I worked with agencies, event management, and audited thousands of outreach templates and cadences alongside reps and sales managers. I'm half Portuguese, a quarter Lebanese, and a quarter Japanese. They're all high context cultures. So instead of describing myself, I asked some Google and LinkedIn friends to describe me in one word.
Charismatic.
Now look at this, right? This is a video. This is an introduction for anybody that's watching this, right? When you create a video like this, right? Think about it like this. This is your website. What are you doing when someone lands here? You want to get a job, okay? Anybody that's going to your portfolio is going to your portfolio because they're looking to hire you. So you got to talk to them, okay? And you got to understand who's your audience. This is your targeted audience. It's going to be a recruiter. It's going to be an HR manager, etc. It's someone that's looking to hire you, right? So you have to go in and talk to them like as if, hey, you're not a client. Hey, I'm looking to work for you. I'm looking to work with you. I'm looking to work for you. Okay. So this is very important. Having that mentality of like, yes, who am I targeting? Is someone who's going to hire me. So when someone comes in, they go through your website, your portfolio, right? In the moment that they're about to leave, because this happens, people go in and they read through your about section. Maybe they get turned off, or maybe they see a project in here that like, I'll go with the next guy. Guess what? This is where you stop them. Okay. Now they're forced to get to know you. Now in this video, what's important about this video, okay, what's important about this video is that you have to understand what this person is doing, right? This is a great example of what you could do too. It doesn't have to be exactly the same way, right? But having that energy, you're introducing yourself. You're excited about this new job. You're excited about this new company, right? You're breaking down the skills that you have, the experience that you have, the things that you know, right? And why you want to work for this company, okay? Now, another thing too that she did here in this video, and you guys could go check it out on CodingPhase.com, right? What she did on this video was give a little bit of her personality, right? Always remember this, guys. People hire not just off skills, they hire who they like. Okay? If I don't like you, I'm not hiring you. All right? That's just how it works. Okay? If I don't like you, I'm not hiring you. So you have to sell yourself too. Okay? Sometimes some companies, they'll be like, man, we need a technical guy. Shit, I don't care what his personality is. I guess we'll hire him. Right? But how many opportunities are you actually leaving on the table by not giving a little bit more of you? Okay? Like, for example, you into Star Wars. Okay? There's nothing wrong with going in and doing a quick little video, right? Where you're showing your collection of Star Wars characters, right? You'll be surprised how many people also like Star Wars. And you'll be surprised how many other nerdy people is out there that be like, oh shit, that's my guy. Look at him. He likes Star Wars. Okay, cool. Let's give him an internship, right? Let's give him an interview, right? It happens like that. Because guess what? Everyone here, they might have the same skills, but guess what? I like Bobby. I like, Vulcan. I like Eric, right? I don't know about Abdullah. That's just how it is, right? It is the same thing when you go into a company and you got Pardeep, looking at the portfolios, right? And he might say, shit, I don't know about Eric, but I know Abdullah. Abdullah remind me of my cousin. It's little shit like that that gets you in. Believe it or not, this idea was like everyone gets in because the skills that they have. There's a lot of talented people out here, okay? But at the end of the day, you got to show your personality. You got to show who you are, right? Why would they choose you over somebody else? I remember there was a time where people wouldn't even upload a picture of themselves, okay? Those days is over. We're in the age of social media. We're in the age of, being social and information. If they want to find your photo, they're going to find it. So you might as well go in and put it on your website and display yourself the best way that you can. You get what I'm saying? Because they'll find some random social media picture of you when you was in high school, right? If they wanted to. So it's better for you to go in and put a picture of you looking nice and professional, right? Something like this, nice lighting, right? And you might say, Joe, how do I take a picture like this? I'm not a photographer. It's very simple. We live in the age of AI, okay? We live in the age of AI. You take 4 pictures, right? And then from there, you upload it to Midjourney. Now you got a new picture of yourself, like you did a photo shoot. There's apps that cost $7 on the App Store. You go in, upload a couple of pictures of yourself. Guess what? Now you got a professional picture of yourself. You know what I'm saying? This is how businesses do it, okay? They have a nice landing page that basically breaks down everything that they have to know from the business. And then from there, you make your decision. Do I like this business? Do I need the services or not? That's what your portfolio is. This is what we're doing with this portfolio here. Nice and clean, straightforward. We're going to be doing, I believe, 10 different portfolios for everybody's different personalities and different things. Somebody just asked me if there's a dark mode for this one. If you want a dark mode, you could add a dark mode. Okay? So we are going to have a bunch of different versions for you to go in and download. Okay? It's going to be pretty simple, pretty straightforward. If you want a dark mode, we could definitely give you a dark mode. But there's going to be 10 templates right here on CodingPhase.com that you're going to have access to. When you come in, right, I'm trying to make your life simple. I'm trying to make your life easy. This is a one-stop shop for anybody that wants to come in to CodingPhase. This is what we're giving you, okay? We're going to continue looking at the portfolio, but I want you guys to see my vision, all right? We've been doing this for 8 years. I know exactly all of the problems that people have being able to switch careers. So we're answering all of that within this one platform. No one else is doing this. Everyone else does one thing. Another person does courses. Another person goes in and does job tracking. Another place you go in and find jobs. Another place you go in and build a resume. We are building everything in one place. You have the online courses, right? It's very simple. You have career paths to get you a job, right? Not just let's teach you how to code. No, we're teaching you skills for specific jobs that actually are taking people in. especially entry level. Okay, start career path, right? You learn the courses, you build your projects that we are going to give you. The same way how we're giving you the portfolio template, we're going to give you the actual projects that you need to be building so you can really stand out. Because if you are an email developer doesn't need to have a React application. A React developer doesn't need to have an email campaign, right? We're going to give you with details exactly what you need for every single career path that you go on. If you are a web administrator, we're going to give you exactly what your project's supposed to have, all of the details, the requirements, what stack you're supposed to be using, or whatever tools you're supposed to be using. And then we're going to give you that. So you could just go in and be like, hey, I logged into CodingPhase. I learned the course. Now I'm building my project. And guess what? We're giving you the template so you could go in and make sure you look nice and professional. Okay, so let's continue with this, right? By the way, for anybody watching this right now, yeah, CodingPhase.com is $1 a day, $30 a month. That's it. Get started. Okay, there's no excuses at this point. We can't do anything for you. If you believe that you can't afford $30, that means you just don't want to do nothing. Okay, let's just be honest. You don't want to change your life. You don't want to get a new career. You don't want to get no help. Cool. It's fine. Go the loan route instead of just going in and be like, yo, pay $30. Like literally, you go to McDonald's right now, you buy 2 meals, it's $25. Okay. So with $5 more, you get a whole month of CodingPhase.com. Okay. At the end of the day, this is where we at in the world. All right. So take advantage. So going back to the portfolio. Okay. Nice, simple, straight to the point. Okay. Everything that's in here in this portfolio is pretty much the results of thousands of students that have came through CodingPhase.com, and I've seen what works and what doesn't work. Okay. Yeah, you want to have a million animations. Yeah, you want to have some random shit. That shit doesn't work. I'm telling you guys right now. This is what I do. I make money online, right? From creating services, products, right? Creating landing pages. I could tell you a simple website without a million animations, right, is gonna convert better. You gotta start thinking of yourself the same way how businesses think. Okay? Because right now you're doing the same thing. You're selling your services to a company. Now you gotta convince them to buy. If the website looks like a GeoCity, and I've seen a lot of portfolios, that's why I stopped doing the portfolio reviews, because I was getting, I was getting upset. I didn't want to keep on, talking bad about people's portfolios. But if your portfolio is looking like this, a 2001 GeoCity website, okay, I have a website. If you're this guy here, okay, like, and your portfolio looks like this, don't expect results. It just doesn't look professional. Okay. It doesn't flow for the person that's looking at your portfolio. It doesn't tell them anything. You have to have a professional website. Okay. You got to sell yourself like a professional. Now, guess what? Some of you guys are not designers. Some of you guys don't know how to do this. What's the best way? What's the best structure? I'm going to do it for you. I'm going to provide you with the template. I'm going to provide you with the projects. I'm going to provide you with the skills. And I'm going to provide you with the jobs that you should be applying to. Okay? I'll give you a great example, right? When somebody comes in, logs in, recommended jobs for the day. Okay? It's right here, straightforward on your dashboard. Guess what? Marketing specialist. I know what career path you're on because we also have a resume builder. We know what type of skills you have. So we recommend you the best jobs that you should be applying to that you match the most with. Nobody else is doing this. Stop playing with me. Okay. So again, I'm trying to put you guys on. All right. There's a reason why we did this. There's a reason why we're going hard with this. I want to go in and solve the problem. I want to go in and pick up a guy that's working at a deli right now, making chopped cheese, and says, man, I want to get out of here. How do I do this? You go to CodingPhase.com. Everything's laid out for you. We do all the work for you, and all you have to do is just show up. Okay? Just by the way, just on portfolio templates, it costs anywhere from $25 to $50 if you buy a template anywhere else. We're giving you 10. And we're going to be adding even more over time. Okay? So take advantage. All right? So let's go back into the portfolio so you can understand why this thing works. Okay? So again, you have your portfolio projects in here. And guess what? Yes, we have case studies. This is what's going to take you to the next level. All right? Now, most people go in and just have a project. Okay? They just have their projects. But a case study is a little bit different. A case study is you breaking down how one of your projects is going to get results for a business. So if I have in here, let's say 2-3 email developer projects, like maybe some email campaigns, right? And that's just showing my skills. It's a responsive email. It works on every platform and it looks beautiful. Guess what I should do also? Right? I should have a case study breaking down how I will create a campaign. Okay? Now, if you are a front-end developer, you do the same thing. You got to have a case study. This is what's going to change everything. I'm telling you guys ahead of time, no one else is doing this. Always remember this. You want to be ahead of everybody else. When somebody goes in, I've seen people that apply to jobs and they send them a GitHub link. They don't even have a portfolio. There's guys graduating college and right now have no projects, have never done anything. This is why they throw them the algorithm book. You get what I'm saying? That's why they put them in a room, right? 50 students straight out of CS degree, and they throw a knife in the room and say, yo, survive. Whoever survives gets the job. The Hunger Games. Okay? Right? So you either want to be in that group of the Hunger Games, or you want to go in and go through the side and be like, yo, bro, I'm out of here. I'm out of here, bro. I'm not going through that room, right? I might not survive, because it's true. You go in the Hunger Games, you might not make it. When in reality, there was a side door. And you're going to say, all right, you guys go ahead and do what y'all got to do. I'm going to go through here. Right? So yeah, a case study is to break down your project and break down the project with actual results. So if I go in and I build a email campaign, I will build this email campaign, right? And give me 1 second. I will build this email campaign. And when I build this email campaign, let's see, I think it's this one. Oh, this is my local host. Give me 1 second. It's this one. Okay. When I go into my email campaign, right, I'm going to break down, give an overview of what the project is. I'm going to give key highlights, because guess what? Someone might not have the time to go deep into your project. So give them the highlights. What exactly is that you're doing? 100% client compatibility, so it works in every single platform. 60% development time reduction, right? I was able to use AI. I was using Cursor to speed up the process. I'm building these projects, right? Responsive design, hybrid coding. I did some A/B testing, and guess what? You create a quick video breaking down, right, this project. And you could have some screenshots if people want it, but you have a video here. You'll be surprised how many people is going to go through your video, because you're already taking effort to do this, right? Now, there's some companies that they might have thousands and thousands of applicants. They're not going to check your video, right? But that's fine. Those companies that do, those are the people that you want to talk to, okay? So now you got this video here, right? Very simple, explaining what you did on this project and showing real numbers. So, hey, I built this project. Is an email campaign. I use Klaviyo. I set up the email sequence. I built the landing page. After building the landing page, I have all of these emails that are inside of this email sequence, right? We capture the emails. The emails go to this email list, and they get emailed every day at 12 p.m. Eastern time. for the next 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, if no one comes in and purchases the product or even uses our service, we move them to another list. And that's going to be a long-term list. After that long-term list, if they don't purchase the product or even sign up or open up their emails, they get removed from our list and we do an email list cleanup. That's what you do at the job, guys. Okay? Nothing more, nothing less. So if you're going to go in and you want to get this job, you're going to have to show it to them. This is what we're doing with this portfolio template. Okay? We're giving you everything in here. Now, another cool thing, right? Another cool thing. We also have integrated into this PostHog. Okay? So PostHog, for those of you guys that don't know, right? PostHog is a service that pretty much allows you to track your applications. Now you might say, Joe, this is a portfolio, Joe. What you doing, Joe? You're doing too much. No, we're not doing too much. We're taking it to another level. Okay? We're now tracking what happens when people go to our portfolio. If someone goes to my portfolio, I want to see, right? I want to see what they're doing on my website. Are they actually even reading the about section? Are they actually, signing up for whatever it might be? It might be a service, a product, right? Are they clicking on a project and there's an error and something is not loading up or taking too long? I want to know all of that, right? So also too, you can see recordings of when people go to your site, okay? Which allows you to then from there optimize your website and change things around. For example, if someone goes to your first project and everything's good, then they go to your second project and then they leave, something's wrong with that project. That project, you're going to have to put it at the end or you're going to have to remove it. It's not making you look bad. If they leave as soon as they see the second project, there's something wrong there. There's a miscommunication. It's a shitty project. You got to take it out. Okay? Now, if the person goes in and goes through 1, through 2, through 3, through 4, through 5, oh shit, and they left on 5, there's something going on 5 because they went through all the other projects. What happened on this one? Now you go in and you remove that one, or you change it, or you switch it around. You get what I'm saying? This is how you're going to know that by using PostHog. Shout out to PostHog. I'm not getting sponsored. I just use their service. They're really, really good. Before, we would use Google Analytics. But Google Analytics is, it's old school. Now you actually have things like this. So let me see if I open this up. Okay, so give me 1 second just to show you guys this thing in action. Okay. All right. So this is what I use. Okay. So this is CodingPhase.com. Right. When someone comes to my website, we have PostHog. Right. And PostHog allows me to see what's going on the website. I could go in and see exactly what people are clicking on. All right. When people come in, these are the places where they're actually interested in. Career paths, job board, right? My account, join now, right? From there, you have these sections here, right? Then from there, you have these sections here, which is pretty much your sign up now. You have your FAQ sections, right? You see over here your facts, right? So I could see exactly what's going on today. And if something's happening on the website that I'm like, okay, we need to fix, I'm seeing people having a friction, I'll go in and I fix it that same day. It don't cost you nothing. Okay? It don't cost you nothing to go in, right? And actually, be able to go in and add this to your website. We already have that integrated into the portfolio. So everything on your portfolio is being tracked. So now you get a report on PostHog of, hey, people came in from California. You applied to a company in California. Now when they go to your website, you could even see, hey, they went to this project, and you get a report. You get what I'm saying? We're doing this to the next level now. Okay? We're doing steroids now. You know what I'm saying? There's people out here trying to do it organically. All right, let them do it. Let them do it organically. There's a dude right now who's like, yeah, man, I'm just going to keep on working on open source and, hopefully somebody finds me. No, we're not doing it like that. We coming in the game like this. Like, when they look at us, they're like, damn, is that Bane? Is that the Hulk? We juiced up to the maximum, right? We have to use all of the strategies that's going to help us, get an advantage. And that's what we're doing with this portfolio and all the other portfolios that we're going to be adding on codingphase.com. Okay. But this one is available today for any one of you guys that already needs a portfolio, is ready to start going in, start building your website. It's very simple. HTML, CSS. There's a little bit of JavaScript, but that's just for PostHog. Okay. There's no there's like animations and a bunch of stuff. And my portfolio is broken because the animations are loading up and this. No, I'm keeping it simple so you could go in. Doesn't matter if you're a beginner or you are an experienced developer, you could take this portfolio and go in and add everything that you're going to need for your website. Okay. Shout out to Codes by DJ. This information is gold. When we do a live stream, bro, this is literally like a casino. All you hear is clink, 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 clink. Gems. 300 gems. You know what I mean? We need to start getting some sound effect in here. Let me see. Gregory says, hey, Joe, is this portfolio information different from the portfolio blueprint training? No, so a lot of the stuff that we cover in the portfolio blueprint is the same information, but it's updated. We could say it's the same concept, right? And even for the portfolio blueprint, I'm going to be adding some new sections in there. So if you purchase that, you got a couple of new videos on your way. But basically what we covered in there was this concept of building a portfolio, right? To make sure that we convert people to actually hire us or, give us an interview at the least, Okay, so that's what we did in that portfolio blueprint. So the portfolio blueprint is actually going to be part of every career path. So it's a essential course. So if you purchase this shit, you got access to the portfolio blueprint. The portfolio templates, it's only for people who are actively on Diamond members on CodingPhase.com. So anybody that's already signed up, anybody that signs up now or in the near future, you get access to all the templates. Okay. On top of that, you get the portfolio projects. You have the job board, right? You have the resume builder. Okay. Let me see if I open up one of these resumes. Let me see if I have a copy of one. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so this is one of the resumes that we have for CodingPhase. It's a resume that has been proven to work. This is not one of these resumes that you get built on other websites that what they do is they basically use Puppet. I think it's Puppeteer because they're using Node.js, right? I'm using an older technology to be able to build this type of resumes, right? We're not using Puppeteer. Puppeteer, what it does, it takes an image of your page, and then once it does that, it actually goes in and converts it to a PDF file. That's why when you go to some of these websites that have like resume builders, their resume builders might look like, or the resume itself might look all nice and pretty. There's certain colors, there's certain fonts, there's certain things that a lot of these ATS bots cannot read. So I'm using the technology that the ATS bots is built on to go through the PDF files. If it's not a real PDF file from, for example, built with Adobe Acrobat, then it's technically a picture. Okay, it's technically a picture. So what I did was I said, okay, cool. We're gonna go in find out how the ATS bots actually go in and filter through the data. And then from there, we're going to build something just for that and test it out a million times, right? We test it out like a million freaking times, like what type of, resume actually goes through. I pay for Indeed. I pay for ZipRecruiter. I pay for LinkedIn, right? I listed jobs. I put it through the whole process and got the results. These are the best resumes that I have seen, okay? Because I literally paid to be on the other side, right? Nobody else is doing that, okay? This is the shit. This is when people come in and be like, man, what's the difference between CodingPhase and Lil Billy? Lil Billy's going to give you a $20 course. Here you go, and good luck. No effort. Just, you want to learn React? Here's React. They're not looking into the job market. They're not going in and paying tools for recruiting. They're not going in and looking at what's going on within the platforms. So Indeed, Dice.com, LinkedIn, they're not doing that. They're not going that extra effort. Because if you just go in, if it's like right now, if somebody tells me, yo, Joe, just give me the course for $20, I'll give you the course for $20. And I'll be like, here you go. But don't email me. Don't ask me shit. Don't expect me to give you a resume. Don't expect me to do none of this stuff, right? So at that point, what you just have a bunch of videos that you can't really do nothing with it, because now you learn a skill, but you don't know how to actually implement it. You don't know how to actually go in and sell yourself to these companies. You don't actually know how to go in and, which job you're supposed to be applying to. Because if you go in and you say, well, I'm just going to apply to a front-end developer, and there's no jobs for that, for entry-level positions right now, then you just wasted your time, right? So that's what we're trying to do with this new version of CodingPhase. I'm looking at everything that has happened the last 8 years. Where did people drop off? What was the good feedback? The bad feedback, the stuff that people were like, man, I wish we had this. I wish we could improve on this. What did I learn in the last, 3-4 years that we was doing accountability meetings? This is data that I have of regular folks coming in every single week, and I see when they actually miss out on things, when they drop the ball, when they get frustrated, when they be like, man, I just don't know how to do this, or man, I'm stuck here. I don't know what to do next. Or, hey, I finished this section, but then now I got to go and see Joe a week later. Guess what? Everything is laid out for you now. So this is the good thing about it. From people's mistakes and people's errors, we have came in and solved everybody's problems. So that way it's like we got to learn from our mistakes. You know what I'm saying? We got to learn from what people are doing wrong. So then we could go in and say, okay, what is this guy doing right? Why did this guy came in a month and a half later, he already got hired? But why does this guy, it takes him 7 months, right? Why does this girl is excited the first 2 weeks, but then later on, 3 months later, we never see her again? What's going on there, right? So we have to go through all of that data and see what's happening. And that's what we did with this, okay? It always starts with this. First of all, what career do I start? Like, I don't even know. Where do I start, Joe? Okay? Guess what? We give you the career path, okay? Now I'm taking the courses. Joe, I'm taking a course, but I'm getting stuck. Guess what? This is what we're adding right there. How to use AI to solve your problems as you're learning. Not solve it, but answer your questions as you're learning. So you don't have to wait for somebody to come in and be like, well, Joe's going to send me an email at 3:00 tomorrow. No, now I'm teaching you how to use AI. So everything is AI first now, where now you understand, okay, cool. I'm going through this course. I'm learning this skill, right? But I also have this assistant. I also have this person that I could go in and ask questions to, right? How do I use the tools that the developers is using right now? Cursor, right? How do I use that? We have all of that in there, okay? So that way you don't get stuck, right? Give you another example. You have the calendar. This is very important. I learned this from actually trading, okay? So there's things that I've learned from, just overall of like learning different skills that I'm implementing into this platform, okay? You have green days and red days, okay? A green day is a day that you've been active. A red day is a day that you haven't done anything. So when you're using CodingPhase.com, you either taking a course, right? Taking a course, going through a lesson, going through a career path, working on your portfolio, working on your resume. You want to keep track of what you're doing, right? So automatically there's certain things that already get triggered and they say, okay, this person is working on a course and he completed it today, right? So in here, you'll have all of that, okay? Enrolled in the developer portfolio blueprint, right? It's a green day, okay? If you worked on a project or you completed a course, right? You'll see it here. And even when you're applying to job, hey, you applied to software engineer 2 on the Inc. Lab software engineer, right? So now you'll have this calendar here, this activity calendar, where it breaks down exactly what you've been doing. Again, this is stuff from trading. Trading, this is how you actually go in and know if you're actually moving forward or not, right? With learning how to code is the same concept. It's things that is small little wins that you get over time that add up. If you go in and you say, well, I have all of these days. I start, let's say right now, today is what? November 3rd, right? Let's say I go on November 3rd, okay? I start today. If I go in and I have all of this green, right? That means I'm active. I'm getting through the courses. I'm building my projects. I'm building everything, right? I'm logging what I did for the day, right? Then now, a month, 2 months later, when you see results, you'll be like, oh, that's why this shit worked, right? Because I had 2 months straight of me grinding and building what I needed to build, learning what I needed to learn, and getting my shit together, right? But if you go in and you say, well, man, I started in September and I only got 2 green days in September, and then I only have 3 days that are good in October, don't expect no results in November. You ain't do shit yet. You get what I'm saying? This is what we're doing with this, right? We're creating a platform where we're integrating the best things about learning how to code, the things that people are having issues with, right? And we're providing you all of that value and giving it to you in your hands so you could go in and get your shit together and just get it done. Okay? This is not hard, right? Again, with this portfolio here, I want people to use it and start adding it to their portfolio website. And again, we're going to add other portfolio templates where you could choose other ones. But with this one, it already has everything integrated. You could go in and track all of the things that's happening on your website. All you have to do is literally sign up to PostHog. It's free. Okay. You only pay after 1 million events. Okay. You pay after 1 million events. I don't care how many companies you're applying to, you're not going to get 1 million events. I've been using PostHog for like a year and I still haven't had to pay $1. That's how good it is, right? That's how that free tier, how good the free tier is. Okay. It's like 1 million events per month. Okay. So again, hopefully you guys enjoy this video, this live stream. I wanted to come in here because you know me, I get excited. I'm super hyped with everything that we're doing with CodingPhase.com, all the things that we're adding to the platform. It's just like, think about it like this, is like, it's everything that I wanted to build for CodingPhase from the beginning. Now we're able to do it. Now we're able to go in and really get it done for you guys and give you guys that whole experience of, because you can't learn how to get a job and get into a new career with just one course. This is why I don't even like, to be honest with you, I don't even like selling a course, right? And the reason that is because I don't want to nickel and dime you to death. Like I could go in and say, hey guys, every course is $30 or every course is $50. But I know you're going to need HTML, CSS. I know you're going to need how to use a terminal. I know you're going to need how to use a code editor, how to go in and maybe use CSS animations, how to use a content management system. Then from there, you're going to need to know how to build a portfolio. Then from there, you're going to go in and have to buy a template, right? Then from there, you're going to need to know how to go in and apply to the jobs, right? So now if we go in and we do the math, that's just for the web administrator, right? Oh, design course for developers. So that's 9 courses right there, okay? That's 9 courses that if I go in and be like, hey guys, I'm going to go in and give it to you $30 a pop, okay? 30 times 9, you're talking about $270. But then now when you go in, you be like, man, I want to get support. I want to get somebody to answer my emails. I want somebody to look at my work. I want somebody to come in and do this for me. I go in and be like, hey guys, it's $100 an hour. How much you really paying at the end, right? It's a lot. And most people don't have that. That's why we go in and say, hey man, just with $30, use the whole service. Just go in, get started. And then now you could go and learn everything within the web administrator, learn everything between the email developer, Shopify developer, right? Now you hired. Now that you hired, guess what? You could continue learning the next things to become a front-end developer, a full-stack developer, right? Right now, we're working with my boy Johnny Lee. Shout out to Johnny Lee. Salesforce expert. We're bringing in Salesforce into the platform. Okay, shout out to Johnny Lee. Shout out to Angel, aka Tonio, for also bringing in AI. What's the name of this? Generative AI. How to use AI for creating designs. He's a well-known designer. We're bringing him into the company now. He's building a curriculum for you guys that is planning on learning these skills. Right? I'm not telling you guys gonna be designers. No, you gotta know how to use these skills to be able to generate designs. Especially if you're planning on doing digital products, especially if you're planning on going in and being your own business. You want to go in and get clients. It don't make no sense that you're gonna go in and be like, damn, I gotta hire a designer to come and design this. When you could use AI to go in and help you design exactly the app that you need, and then you go and build it. And if you know how to use AI, then now you also go in and use AI again to code the freaking project. So a project that will take you 2 months to do, now you could do it in 4 days. You understand where we at right now? So that's what we're bringing to you guys in this new version of CodingPhase.com. By the way, links in the description. Get started today if you still haven't signed up. Okay. Let me see. Codes by DSS word. Live. Can't wait to see y'all tonight in the meeting. Yes. Tonight, by the way, we do have accountability meeting today. Tonight is Monday. So every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, right? Those of you guys that are legacy users, we have meetings with you guys on every Monday. And this is like, limited time only. We're not doing no more meetings for anybody new after January 1st. If you ain't signed up to CodingPhase.com previous to January 1st, you don't get access to those meetings. You don't get that group coaching. You don't get that, that extra help that we've been giving to people. We're discontinuing that in January 1st. Only the people that already signed up will continue to do it with them for as long as that they want to do it. But I'm not adding no more people into it. Okay, so take advantage. But yeah, man, like I said, guys, the portfolio template, it's up. Okay, portfolio template, it's up. Okay, on CodingPhase.com. You could download it today. Get started. Everything is in there. And, the license that you have for this, you could use it, you could edit it, you could do whatever you want with it once you have already downloaded it. Of course, you can't sell it. Dude's like, yeah, Joe, we going to resell this. It's like, well, you're going to get a little copyright letter. What's the name of it? DCMA. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get one of those letters in the mail. Anyways, guys, listen, it's your boy Joe back at it again, CodingPhase.com. Like I said, guys, take care of your portfolios. Your portfolios, your suit and tie. Okay, if you don't look like $1 million, nobody's gonna believe that you worth $1 million. Okay, that's just how it is, right? So for these companies, you gotta sell yourself, you gotta present yourself a certain way, and you gotta use the tools that the professionals use. Okay, this is how the guys that's out here that's really moving, and we're not talking about just developers, right? Remember this: when I'm talking about all this stuff, I'm not paying attention to what developers is doing, okay? Because a lot of times, most of these developers, they're really good at coding, but have no idea about design, about business. They have no idea in this stuff, right? That's why they can't give you this type of advice. They can't go in and tell you, hey, this is what you should be doing, because they don't even know it, some of them. And it's not their fault. It's because, if you go in and focus on one thing and just master one specific skill, like you're going to be really, really good with that. But for me, my job has always been like, hey, how do I go in and learn skills that could generate me money? Okay. So I have to be on top of code. I have to be on top of design. I have to be on top of marketing. I have to be on top of business strategies. All right. And these are the things that we implement into all of these portfolio templates. So you could go in and use the same things that a lot of these big companies use and the same strategies, and it works. I could tell you right now, you check out my portfolio. One of the reasons why last month we started applying for freaking jobs and I got like 7 interviews in one freaking weekend. There's a reason for that. And my portfolio is the same way. You know what I'm saying? It's the same strategy. I have my top section, right? I have the skills section, have my about, giving a little bit of my personality, who I am. Guess what? Here's the projects related to the position that I'm applying to, right? You're about to leave. You'll see a video of me like, hey guys, introducing da-da-da. You get what I'm saying? Capturing the person's attention to make sure that I convert them into giving me an interview, right? Now, once you get to the part of the interview, it's a process. From there, you got to go in and demonstrate that you could do the work. But once you go to 3-4 interviews, like, you be comfortable. Like, it's not that hard. Okay. The hardest part is to get seen. If you don't have a good resume that goes through the ATS bots, you get disqualified. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen that, where you apply to a job and in the first 15 minutes, they already send you a letter of like, hey, we decided to go with somebody else. Or, hey, we thought, we think that you're very talented, but we think that we're going to go with other candidates, right? That's an automated email. That's an email that gets sent when you went through the ATS bots and you didn't match enough keywords because your resume sucks. This is why we went in and solved that problem too. Guys, it's like so many little checklists that if people go in and you like, I get it. When I go in and I look at TikTok, bro, and I'll be seeing people in there, and I don't know, maybe I should be on TikTok one of these days. But I feel bad because so many people that cannot find a job, it's not that the job is not there. They're not doing the right things. They don't check off all the boxes. Then the people that check off all the boxes, they're chilling. You don't see them online. But the people that don't check off all the boxes, you're going to see them complaining, man, the industry is so saturated. I can't find a job. I did 500 applications. Bro, I did less than 20 applications and got 7 interviews. Now, I wasn't even applying for like, crazy roles and like, man, it's so difficult. No, I was like, yo, here's this one. I like this company. I like this product. That's it, simple. Boom, 20 applications, on a weekend, 7 interviews. So it's not that the jobs is not there. It's just that people don't check off all the boxes and don't know how to play this game. Okay? Right? This is like the same thing when you go to a company, and you guys know what I'm talking about. You go to a company and there's somebody in there that doesn't know shit, but somehow is making like $150,000. You're like, how the hell this person? They know how to play the game. You know what I'm saying? For me, in that side, I suck at that, right? I suck at the salary game. I suck at it, right? And I'll tell you why, because I just can't bullshit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these people, they know how to bullshit, finagle their way in. I remember there was a company I was working for, and one of the guys that was like like literally, he's supposed to be like my supervisor, don't know shit, and asking me questions. I'm like, yo, but how you my super? You don't know this shit, and you supposed to be making X amount of dollars, and I'm making 80 here. This shit don't make no sense. But then I realized it's not really about, what you know is when you're in that room and they talking about salary, you got to put your foot down and be like, yeah, man, I'm looking for 120. And then they're like, well, can you work? This is what it goes for. Back then for me, it was more like, man, I don't got a degree. Man, I don't know if they're going to say no. Like, I will be nervous in that sense. I was like, man, maybe I should just say, give me 80, give me 90. Keep it simple, right? But then I will go into some of these companies. I'm like, yo, this guy's a fucking tintin. He don't know anything. He asking me questions, making $30,000, $40,000 more than me. But how was he able to do that? He know how to game the system. For me, my skill is I know how to go in and get a job. That shit is simple for me. If I want to get a job tomorrow, I'll get a job tomorrow because I know exactly how to check off all the boxes on that, right? But it's also too, there's people that that's their skill. Their specialty is how to bullshit people, how to go into a company, go in and talk about the Dodgers. You know what I mean? They be like, yeah, man, how about those Dodgers, man? And the guy goes in, yeah, whatever. And he's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And now they relate. And then now the guy goes like, yeah, man, I'm looking for 120, bro. I don't know how to bullshit like that. I used to be in there like mad fucking honest. You know what I mean? Or sometimes a company will be like, yeah, how much you was making in this other? Well, I was making 90, in my last company. And then they'll be like, I know it's a little bit low, but will you take 85? And I'll be like, man, it's okay, man. Don't worry. It's for only $5,000. It ain't nothing. I'm not worried about it. Mind you, Lil Billy goes in there and be like, yo, I'm not budging. If it's not 140, I'm not taking it. But again, everybody got their own skills. Everybody got their own specialty, right? My specialty wasn't the salary range. I don't know. I'm too good. It's like right now, where I go in and I do all this stuff on CodingPhase.com. There's a guy right now that's probably watching this channel and he's like, oh, wait, what I'm going to do with this? Oh, Joe doing all of this? Oh, shit, wait until I'm going to try to implement this shit myself and do all this shit. And then now he'll go in and be like, yeah, I'm charging $2,000 for this. And I'm here like, yo, bro, I'll give it to you for 30, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know. I can't bullshit. But anyways, guys, listen, I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. Hopefully you guys enjoy this live stream. Please go check out the template. We build it with a lot of love. And again, is based on data. This is based on data. This is not, hey, a portfolio just because Joe likes it. No, this is based on data. This is what I've seen that works. Okay, it's a format that works. And we added all the tools that you're going to need to also track every single project. And we have documentation in there. So you could just go in, click download, and you download the zip file. Okay, very simple, very easy to do. Just right there, just with the templates alone, that's your $30. If you were like, man, should I pay $30 for this? Guys, just the templates alone cost $30. So again, we're giving you all of that because I really want to get people results this year. I want people to come in. Times is hard, but you don't have to have, a bullshit job. You could go in and get a good job out here if you know how to do this properly. Okay. So anyways, guys, listen, I'm gonna see you guys later. Anybody that's coming into the accountability tonight, I'll see you guys in that meeting. All right. Have a good one, guys. Take care. Peace.